Hello, and welcome to the Avatar Early Access event. We've got 24 hours to play with these new cards, and then they'll go live for everyone about a week from now. This first deck I'm really excited about. It seems pretty similar to the blue-white Soldiers deck, or white Soldiers deck, that was very dominant in Standard a little while ago, so I have high hopes for this one. First card is the Earthen Ally, single green for a 0/2 ally. This creature gets +1/+0 for each color among allies you control. You start off with green, so it's a 1-mana 1/2. If you curve out into a white 2-drop, it's now a 1-mana 2/2. If you curve out into a black or blue 3-drop, it's a 1-mana 3/2, and then one more color, it's 1-mana 4/2. So that's obviously an insane rate for a card. This card's very good. You could potentially pay 7 mana to Earthbend 5. You turn a land into a 5/5, and then if it dies, it comes back tapped, which is nice. You don't lose your land. It's unlikely we'll do that in our aggro deck, but it actually is possible because one of the cards here is the Great Divide Guide, a 2-mana 2/3, which is a great stat line for a mana dork. Could have made it a 2/2, but they gave it 3 toughness, so it survives Spurs Lightning. Each land and ally you control has tap at 1 mana of any color, so completely fixes the mana base in our 4 or 5 color deck, and also allows you to tap your creatures to play out more stuff. So this is a very good card. Through this, we could actually have enough mana to use the Earthbend 5 ability, which is interesting because otherwise you wouldn't really think about that on your aggro card. Like, this is a lot of value on this 1-drop. South Pole Voyager is going to be an all-star here. It's our draw engine, 2-mana 2/2. Whenever this creature or another ally you control enters, gain life. This is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card. So as long as you can get 2 things in on this turn, you're going to draw a card off of that, which is nice. A little bit of life gain isn't too bad either. Earth King's Lieutenant, green and a white for a 1/1 ally with trample. When this creature enters, put a +1 counter on each other ally you control. So if you go turn 1 Earthen Ally into turn 2 Lieutenant, it is a 1-mana 2/2 off the colors, and then it gets a +1 counter, so it's a 1-mana 3/3 on turn 2. Like this hits very hard here. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a +1 counter on this creature, so it scales up as well. That brings us to probably one of the best cards in the deck, Katara the Fearless, green, white, and a blue for a legendary ally, 3/3. If a triggered ability of an ally you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So if you go Voyager into Katara, you would then double the trigger, and thus you would get to draw the card right off of that and gain 2 life. If you go Lieutenant into Katara, you're then, instead of putting a single counter on the Lieutenant, you're going to put 2. So it's a 2-mana 3/3 trample. It's good. Like, I think Katara is going to be very good in doubling triggers here. Boiling Rock Rider is an interesting one. It's just a very solid card across the board, especially in competitive best of one. Well, in ranked best of 1 standard, where there's a lot of Kavairo, a little Reanimator. It's going to be really good. So 3 mana 3/3, Firebending 1. When it attacks, add red. That only lasts till end of combat, so you need a way to use it mid-combat, which is interesting. At any point in time, you can tap an untapped ally control, exile target card from a graveyard. So 0 mana, instant speed, exile card from graveyard is huge. That's just going to be very good in best of 1 standard. It's just a great line of text to have on any card. Whenever this creature attacks, you may cast an ally spell from among cards you own exile with this creature. So you can tap an untapped ally, exile an ally out of your own graveyard, attack, make the red mana, and use that to help you cast the exiled ally. So it's good. It's just a great card all around, and it's black, and we needed some other colors to get the Earthen Ally pumped up, so it's good. Then we have a couple more Anthem-type Lord things. White Lotus Reinforcements is one of the only uncommons. 3 mana 2/3 with Vigilance. Other allies, you get +1/+1. And Suki as well, kind of similar. 3 mana 2/4 legendary ally. Other creatures get +1/+0. Whenever another permanent you control leaves the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 white ally creature token, but only once each turn. There was a soldiers card. I think you got a 1/1 soldier for every creature that died. I think there was no cap. So this capping it once per turn makes it probably less good, but we're here to try out some new cards. So we'll throw one of these in there. And then Hakoda is probably the best card in the deck. We've already showcased a lot of great cards, and this one's ridiculous. 4 mana 3/5 legendary ally with Vigilance. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast ally spells from the top of your library. Then you can sack Coda, 0 mana instant speed. Creatures you control get +0/+5 and gain indestructible until end of turn. So you just shore up the huge weakness of the deck is you play the Divide, you overextend, you're playing all these cards, you're drawing cards, your opponent sweeps, and then you lose. And this just totally negates that. If this resolves, you just sack Hakoda, and then everything gets indestructible. So this is massive. Like, this is really good. I thought about adding a red card just to try to get the 1 mana 5/2 off the Earthen Ally. Not sure it's worth it. Wartime Processor is also very good 4-drop. It's got haste. Other allies come with +1 counter and haste. But I think Hakoda is just too good at what it does. So I'm going to run 4 of this legend and see how that goes. We also have 1 new land in the mana base, the Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop, which my face might be blocking, but you'll survive. Tap to add 1 mana of any color and spend this mana only to cast an ally spell or activate in ally source. So it's a yet another way. Plus Cavernous Souls, starting town. It's going to be really easy to cast stuff in our 4 to 5 color deck. That's it. We're going to run it. There's some other good cards here. Earthling Kingdom Protectors, very good 1-drop. Evasion Reinforcements, could totally play this as well. There are other allies in here, but they're really more built around a bending deck, and this is not a bending deck per se. So I'm excited. I think it looks very good. We will run some games in the early access event, see how we can do. Let's do it. I think this deck looks really cool. I was looking at, there's a 2-mana instant if you have 3 lessons. Well, first, if you don't have anything in your graveyard, it's look at top 3, add 1 to hand, which is pretty generic card you've seen before. If you have 3 lessons in your graveyard, it's a 2-mana draw 3. That looks nuts to me, so I'm excited to try that one out. Okay, this looks fine. We'll keep. Fire Nation Palace, very nice. Okay. Well, that's nice. Let's name ally here. I think we'll just prioritize ramping. Sequencing-wise, let's see. Depends who we want to get big. Alright, opponent's on the play. They got 4 mana. What can they do? A little mid-combat removal spell. No blocks. I want to keep my ramp. It ain't worth it to me. This is great artwork. I'm a huge Avatar fan as well. This is fantastic artwork. Opponent is thinking. Alright, we eat 2. I think there was a great fire animation there too, right? Like a little fire kick. Does not use the mana. Okay. This can be ally again. I mean, I guess we have to assume they're going to kill one of these things. Let's start here. Someone's going to die this turn. Someone's getting burst lightened. Or maybe a new lesson. Questing Druid? Maybe it's an exile deck. Put a quest counter. 4 quest counters, copy that ability. There is the burst lightning coming out, okay. We do get a 1-1, it's done on our turn. It's actually a 2-1 off the Anthem. Nice. Could trade the 2-1 with the 2-2 pretty happily. Still have 6 mana this turn to drop a Rider and a Lieutenant. I think we'll offer this trade. I don't think we need that last bit of mana. Okay, exile 2 more, another Druid, a land. Okay, 1-1. Katara is great. We don't have that many triggers. We can go this into Lieutenant, double the triggers. I think that could be okay. They could still have a 1-mana rule spell, so I think it makes sense to do it in this order. There's stick here for 1. We'd rather attack with a 3-3, I guess. ETBs, we get double triggers off the Katara. It's a lot of counters everywhere. We'll swing for 5 here. did it in that order because if we do it the other way, they could kill the Earth King with like a Torch the Tower Burst Lightning before it gets the counters on it. So I want to go Katara first. Still stick there for 1 mana, so these are both going to be effectively 3/3s. That's big. Just put that on the biggest creature we got. Be careful about tapping. Yeah, we don't even have to do that if we don't want to. Double triggers, +1 on every other creature. Maybe 4 damage. Jump there. Even if you cast something, it only makes it a 3/3. Oh, bigger than I thought. All right. Fair enough. When it drops to 3, we do trade. Get back a lot of resources there. Okay, fair enough. I was thinking just, Torch Tower, Burst Lightning, sack the Ascension Torch type thing. We actually got a little bit of a pump spell in there. We do get an ally off the Suki, which puts more counters on the Earth Gang. I wasn't really thinking about that combo. Flip it into a Zhao. Non-basics are tapped. Oh, they haven't paid 7 yet to turn them all into mountains. +3 there. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. It's 5 power. Attack, make 5 mana. Game is not over. Attack all button. I think we're taking blocks because I don't really know what they can accomplish. This guy's got menace. That's interesting. I mean, we don't need much to win here. Guess we'll try to kill this if we can. And we'll chump block here. We can't block the menace. Double strike and trample? I don't know. I mean, I just don't want to lose here to something crazy, right? So I think you take as big a blocks as you can get. I just don't know. 2 cards left in hand. 7 mana open. Inside out, okay. So I'll have 1 blocker back here. Can they get a second blocker? Burst Lightning kicked. All right. Looks like we do come away with the game then. That dies, they get a 2/2, but we have 2 lethal threats that'll untap. Oh, they got double inside out. Did that get copied? Or they cast 2 of those this turn? Hold on, game is not over here. Okay, obviously they have to block both. I missed the second inside out. Oh, you can tap itself too. They can use the palace to give firebending. which would then get the trigger on the Ascension, and then they could copy something else. I mean, they want a another set of do I need to block it all? 3 steps. Turn inside out again. 14 damage. I really don't think we have to block here. Okay. +3/+1 and inside out. Really doing a whole lot this turn. I count 15 damage. We don't know what the last card is. I think we're still taking a block somewhere. Should be here. Okay. Interesting game. They made good use of the firebending. Even the little like mid-combat clue token, sack it for 2, draw a card. That's pretty sweet. I missed one of the inside out triggers. I don't know when they cast 2 in one turn. They got more blockers. Thought we had lethal, but messed that up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I mean from our side, just stacking up things huge was very effective. The I forget her name. The 2/4 legend that when a creature dies on your turn spits out a token actually ends up being pretty big because it triggers the ETBs for everything else. So I have it as a 1-of. I guess we're mid-event, but I think that should be higher than it is. On the draw, no 1-drop. Mana is actually good. We'll still keep this. High Noon, 1 spell per turn. That is too bad. Okay. Well, we're not going to get any value out of that guy, so I guess we'll go for damage. Maybe Lieutenant, reinforcements. We're not going to get really any value out of the Rioter or the Voyager here at 1 spell per turn. Thinking about the counter. Resolves. Trigger. 3/3. Attempt the attack. There's a lesson, a white lesson, where you can either destroy or exile an attacking creature. Or like Airbend. I think it's pretty good. I think it's got 2 modes to it. Nope. Okay. Sorry with me, we can double spell next turn. Also make stuff uncounterable. Can only play 1 thing per turn though. I think I'd still rather it be this. We're not playing the Flash ally, which could actually be useful here. That's interesting. I was not expecting that with High Noon, but there it is. can pay 3 and tap, draw a card, then discard a card. At least everything's uncounterable. But yeah, High Noon is not so good for us. Stick again. Uncounterable though. Can't attack into the anchorage. Not sure we need to strip the graveyard of anything. Stoic Sphinx. Hexproof as long as you haven't cast a spell this turn. Haven't seen a new card just yet. Okay, take 5 in the air. Touching the Act and kill us. Must not have a whole lot to do. Wants to pay 4 just to draw a discard. Maybe a lot of counter spells in hand they just don't have a use for into the Cavern of Souls. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Let's exile our own ally. Tap you. Not sure if this is relevant, but yeah, maybe they have a random... I hope they don't have a Ride's End. I'll be so sad. Looks like they do. Or some kind of exile tapped creature thing. Touching our land, see if we only have a hexproof. We got no hexproof. Just a flood maw bounce. Okay. Too bad. No new cards just yet. Alright, well, we're just going to lose to High Noon here, but that's okay. Take 10, draw 2. Just because we can. Cute, but not super helpful because we can't play things. We can play things off the top, but not at his speed or more than one per turn still. So we would need a Shelter by Ghost to deal with the High Noon. All right, there's a new card. Airbend up to 1 target creature or spell. And yeah, I mean, that'll be game. We don't have any way to block the flyers. Take our firebending trigger. Nothing exiled with him now. So airbend is does it have to be a different turn? Cards exiled this way, its owner may cast from exile paying 2 rather than its mana cost. Okay, you can play at the same turn. We're just still bottom left on High Noon. Alright, well, that was a charming game of Magic the Gathering. We'll try again. Very charming. Wonder what they want to airbend in their own deck. We didn't see any permanents, right? So it's a blue-white flash creature deck. with some new flash cards from Avatar is my guess, including that Avatar guy. All right, hopefully you skip through that pause. Shannibal the Cannibal. On the play, looks fine, looks good. It does feel like we could use more 1-drops. If you want to put in 4 of the 1 mana 1/1 to sack, give something else indestructible. Who gets cut? Maybe you don't need all of the ramp 2-drops. I still think the Voyager should be good. We'll see how it does this game. Always very nice leaves. Okay, Shannibal, it's time. It's time, baby. What do you got? Okay. Come in on white. Probably Lieutenant on 2. Unless we see a way to double spell. But we don't have a good way to double spell just yet. Yeah, the Voyager, you know, also pairs better with the more 1-drops too. Just easier to double spell, so that's another good reason. I could see cutting some of the 2-drop ramp ally. Try to make space for 4 1-drops. I think that would make sense. Possibility Technician. Okay. That is a lot of shelter showing up. Swing for 3 immediately, still pretty good. Best possible draw will be a 1-drop off the top. Firelord Zuko, nice. We can actually double spell right here if we want. +1 counter on each creature you control. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get a game where this actually pops off. This might be a little bit harder to pull off than I thought. We're curving out pretty well, but we're not double spelling a whole lot. Still good with Katara, but yeah, maybe this is the card that gets cut. I don't know. It's a lot of mana open. I think we just try to... I'm not going to blow the shelter on this. close to lethal, but not quite. Also have trample on this guy. Drop the 2, they get their exile, and we'll see what happens. Quintorius, okay. Question is, do they have a random sweeper in here? Avatar Roku, very cool, some exile stuff. Yeah, 1-drops also make sense because just going any 1-drop into Lieutenant is pretty good. Even if it's just a 1-mana 1/1, it does turn into a 1-mana 2/2. I'm just a really big draw engine fan though. It's hard to give this guy up. I think we'll keep playing out the deck as is. But yeah, at some point it's worth considering. Should we cut more stuff for more 1-drops? Another thing you can do is you can make space for the 2-drop that brings in another ally. That's also an easy way to double trigger the Voyager. Alright, Legend of Roku, exile top 3. Alright, and that'll just be that. You can also cut maybe some lands. I'm at 24. You can go 24 to 23 and keep all 4 of the ramp creatures. I still think you want all of the Aku, the 4-drop. I think you want 4 of those for sure. Yeah, maybe it wants to go even lower and leaner. You could cut some of the black 3-drop. And just try to build more into double spell and getting as many triggers as possible. This is actually not a good hand. Nothing to do until turn 3. Mulligan this. It's a little better, I guess. Hakoda's so good. We can put back Shelter here on the play and just keep Hakoda. That's kind of greedy, but I'm just more excited to do that. I just want to play some new cards. Alright, blue-green ramp on 1. Gain a single life. Alright, not a super scary 3-drop. Burn the map token, looking for land. Another elf on top. Alternative art, mixed art, elves. All the elves showing up. Alright, that's fine. Double triggers, then we just draw cards. I like that. Let's do it. ETB, 1 trigger. Copy it, 2nd trigger, draw a card. No tax. Alright, this is a good place to be. We got Hakoda coming next turn. Double the triggers, draw a card, gain some life. It's an Auroboroid. Alright. Game is going to come to close one way or another soon. Ow. If we do this first, we still have 4 mana. Cast Hakoda as well. But we need a shelter, and we need it soon. Card on top is a land. It's a good one into the Auroboroid. Alright. Opponent is doing the thing. I think almost impossible to win from here. Even with Shelter by Ghosts. Maybe Shelter. If we could Shelter and make one creature huge, we'd get enough lifelink to win, but this 5/5 Siren's going to eat us alive. Also, 0 new cards yet, right? Okay. Card on top is another land, unfortunately. Nothing to be done about that. We'll take our double draw here. Card on top is an extra Hakoda, which does not do it. If we sack and give everyone indestructible, we can't cast anyone off the top. I guess we'll play Katara here just to... Oh no, we're already out of draws. Yeah. I mean, we can see what's on top, but I don't think we can get there anymore. Land on top. We do get a Suki trigger, which I think is good. We get some more life gain. But we're just too many turns out from Auroboroid with no removal. Druinith coming in late. Okay. It's about time for the attack all button. Are there any good blocks to make? I mean, we're probably just dead no matter what. We can give everyone indestructible, which is nice. That's really the only saving grace here. Doesn't matter because of the trample. Okay, that's fine. Oh, is this only... Oh, shut off the ability, fair enough. Alright. 0 new cards, Auroboroid. It's okay. It's good to get... I don't even... That's all good. We get to see a more realistic take on the deck too, you know. I like playing just early access cards, but yeah, it's also nice to see how stuff performs versus, you know, more normal meta stuff. I still think this deck is good. I feel like the curve needs to be more explosive. I do think we need some more 1-drops. Maybe after this game, we'll do a real quick tweak up and then play the last couple a little bit differently. All right, we do have the 1-drop in the opening hand this time, which is nice. I mean, this is a great looking hand. Yeah, I think we just want more 1-drops. Cut land 24 to 23. And I don't know. I think the Voyager gets a lot better with more 1-drops. Well, this is going to be a good curve. Two mana, 2/1. All right, next land is nice. Well, we can go into Katara next turn. This lets us attack. No, this is okay. I think I'd rather get this going every turn. I don't think they even want to block. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. Two to face, 2 mana open. Another uncounterable, alright. I think we'll take the Katara, get the ally a little bigger, get our double trigger off the Voyager and draw. I think we'll hold the Voyager back and get the ally in there. Earth and ally. Maybe I'll cut the Rider down from 4 to 3 also. Kind of depends what you're facing in best of 1 standard. You might need this as a 4-0. I'm just trying to figure out what to cut to make space. Or some more 1-drops. Let's just send you. Let's keep the Voyager back. I don't want to trade it off with like some kind of flash creature, like that guy. Bounce token, draw a card. Take the trade, sure. Whirler's not bad. Because we can get back something next turn. What do they flash? They flash into Kieran. I don't know if I want to risk either part of our combo here. I don't think we attack with either of these, actually. I think no attacks. I think they want to flash in something and trade with Katara. I mean, we're just drawing extra cards every turn. We're getting life. Unless they have a really big over-the-top thing. Everyone want to target creature or spell? Okay. Triggered ability. Okay. Good chunk of damage in the air. Even Interrupter, okay. Attempt this. Firebending triggers. Left open the Cavern of Souls to still pay the green. Opponent does have a huge flying force. 8 damage in the air. We're kind of holding on with the double life gain triggers, but they actually have a very substantial flying force here. Feels like we need like Hakoda down plus the ramp creature, and then just cast a bunch of stuff off the top, but we don't have it, so They're definitely doing some tempo stuff. That's a good one. That's a good card. All right, draw 5. Just a casual draw 5. I don't know that this matters, but it could. Well, we can cast a whole bunch of stuff now, which is important. I think that is the play here. Unless we think we can find lethal, which I don't think we can. Let's take whatever life gain triggers we can get. Means we go no attacks this turn. I draw 5 more cards. Can we beat that? Do we need to put on pressure here? Earth King's Lieutenant down is important, I think. And that's non-trivial damage coming next turn. Okay. We're at 20. One's got 9 in the air. They're about to draw 9 cards. Are any of those cards useful? I mean, I guess they bounce a whole bunch of stuff. Create a clue, because you control with flying at +1/+1. All right. That's a lot more damage. I don't know if it's lethal, though. 15? Oh, that might be lethal. Okay. It is lethal. All right, well, Enduring Curiosity is a good card. All right. Okay. All right. We'll take it. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Whew. Okay, let's take a look at the deck. Try to suss out what last couple minutes here. Suss out what's worth doing and what's not. I still think it's good. I mean, the Flyers is brutal because they don't have any Flyers, but that's an abnormal thing. You shouldn't really face that in Standard too much. Voyager is good. It's just 1 card per turn. I think you could start by doing some cuts here. Lieutenant is really good. I think you want to make space for all of this. I don't really want to cut from 24 to 23, although you could. I think you could maybe cut some of the reinforcements. Qatar is very good. I mean, the doubling of the triggers off Lieutenant is just very good, right? So you could make some cuts here. I know that's kind of weird, but I think having more 1-drops helps you double spell with the Voyager, which keeps the deck moving. Turn 1 Protectors into turn 2 Lieutenant is not that bad. Lieutenant first, and then, you know, Katara, and then later playing a bunch of stuff. It's going to double the triggers and get a huge trample creature. So I want to say the 1-drop thing is better. It also is a good play into Divine Guide, because you can tap it to make mana. So turn 1 Protectors, then turn 2 Divine Guide. Tap the Protectors, play an ally or something like that. So I think more 1-drops is probably good. And I think you still want some graveyard hate in best of one standard. I think you want all 4 Kataras. So I would try this. We didn't win every game today, but I think the deck is good. It's got a lot of cool pieces. It really does remind me of Soldier, so I wouldn't give up on it yet. I think I'd try it out in best of one, especially with Nemesis gone, and see how it does. So anyway, thanks for watching this first video of Early Access. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.